countries where Christianity is dying, Christian life can only be revived by new evangelization that lets the Word of God transform and regenerate the culture of individualism and materialism that is killing the church in Europe and some parts of the USA. The church in such societies, I would like to be very clear, will not be revived by syncretism, which means diluting the uniqueness of the gospel in an attempt to make it more easily acceptable to them. Churches in Europe are empty because there's no faith in the families. Because what I was talking about was not done. There are no vocations to priesthood and religious life in Europe because there's no faith in the families. If there's no faith in the families, there's no faith among the children. I would like to make it very clear to my brother pastors everywhere in the world that it is self-fooling and in fact heretical to suggest that syncretism, such as promoting homosexuality, will fill the churches, will promote vocation to priesthood, will promote vocation to religious life. Any one of us pastors who champions this is just being heretical and fooling himself. All those who champion such religious and theological fantasies are championing heresies. And we have nobody is obliged to listen or obey them. We, the bishops, especially in this part of the church, are very quick and strong to criticize elected or appointed leaders when they say or do stupid things. We are morally obliged to respond with the same force and even greater force when such stupid ideas are being championed within our ranks. And worse, they are not just stupid ideas, but they are heresies. These heresies should never be accepted. No one should be forced to accept heresies of this type. Anybody who champions a teaching that contradicts the Word of God is championing a heresy, which should not be obeyed. My brothers and sisters, I would like to be very clear here that it is very sad, really, that this is happening in the world where some pastors, I would call them tired pastors, sing the Word of God where it is very difficult. The difficult parts should be chopped off and make it as simple as possible. Where pastors think the word of the cross of Jesus Christ, when it is too heavy, it should be chiseled out until it can just be put in a pocket. But we in this part of the church would have nothing to do with this madness of suggesting that conversion can be promoted by promoting homosexuality and similar tendencies. We will not accept that our youth be misled by pastors who are tired of their faith. We will not follow our fellow pastors who, like Judas, are betraying Jesus today and the deposit of faith that the apostles left, Jesus left with the apostles. We will fight heresies regardless of whose mouth they come from. It is very sad that after 2,000 years of converting people from paganism to Christianity, now some of our tired pastors are trying to convert the Christians back to paganism. My friends, if we accept that homosexuality is compatible with the Word of God, what is stopping us, preventing us here in Africa from baptizing polygamists with 3 or 5 or 10 or 12 wives? Let us not bow to deviations from the gospel just because those deviations are common in rich and popular societies. We in this part of the church, our opposition to this very dangerous heresy, which champions homosexuality as a way of converting people, primarily in search of cheap popularity, we are prepared in our opposition to this heresy to walk the whole way that the martyrs of Uganda walked. We are not going to be silenced. We will not accept that our young people are forced to become ashamed of being Catholics, that our young people become ashamed of belonging to the Catholic Church, because somewhere some pastors want to please societies that are rich and powerful. We will continue to say polygamy contradicts the Word of God. We will continue to say homosexuality contradicts the Word of God. We will fight this to the very end like the martyrs of Uganda. And so help us God.